everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the 2025 NFL season of the official NFL contest show. This is the pick release show where I'll be giving out my 5 selections for the Circa Millions contest. I'll also be giving out my weekly pick for the Survivor contest, even though I'm not in the Circa Survivor. I'll give out my pick each week, see how far we go, and give updates on the other contests that take place here in Las Vegas. Now, we've gotten some of the numbers released to us from the Circa on the selections for Week 1 of the Circa Millions contest. Let me pull this up here. Right here, we've got the first top 5 picks for this Week 1 of the NFL season. They haven't released all the picks yet. They're going to do it after they do their show. But so far we know we've got the New York Giants as the most popular pick at 1,600, almost 1,700 picks out of. There is the official total for the Circa Millions contest is 5,685 entrants. That is 315 entries below the 6,000 they needed. So there's a 315,000 overlay. So that's extra money. So you're already ahead of the game this year. Now the picks, there's 1,700 out of that 5,700 entries that took New York. The second most popular pick is the Atlanta Falcons at +2 at 1,500 picks. You've got the Seattle Seahawks at number 3 at +2.5 at just 1,353 picks. The Detroit Lions, taking on the Green Bay Packers on the road, have 1,350 picks. And then the 5th most selected team for Week 1 is the Denver Broncos -8.5 at 1,324. This is not a surprising one. When we get the full list, I wouldn't be shocked if Tennessee only has maybe 500 entries. So they'll be almost 800 more than the other side. But I can say I don't have any of these. So I am not in the top 5 selections for Week 1 at all. Now my strategy for this year, or at least this week, was to go a little with some unpopular picks as well as some teams that I think are going to be a lot better during the season than people are giving them credit for. And when it's Week 1 and you're the team is as healthy as it's going to be, you're definitely trying to use them when you can. So I do not have any of these picks. Let me check something real quick. See if they've released the PDF. Not yet. They haven't released it yet. But so we can get into my selections, and let me pull up the Circa lines for Week 1. Here we go. And so what we've got this is the Week 1 point spreads. And obviously I didn't pick the Chargers, and I didn't pick any of the top 5 teams, which the Steelers and Jets weren't in that. But I don't have any action on this game. But this game here, the Dolphins and the Colts, I do have one of these sides. And I am going with the Indianapolis Colts as a pick 'em at home. And my reason why is I think their offensive line is going to be able to maul this defensive line for Miami. I think Miami's secondary is suspect with all their injuries. And the Colts have some skilled wide receivers in Pittman, Downs, and Pierce. And then they've also got Mo Alley Cox and their new rookie tight end Tyler Warren. So they've got some weapons, and then you add in Jonathan Taylor, who can catch screen passes. I think the play action is going to work off the run. I really like the Indianapolis Colts' offense to get after Miami's defense. And then for the Colts, they've actually got a really strong front four with Kwity Paye and DeForest Buckner. You know, they've got some guys who can get after the quarterback, and Tua tends to get the ball out quickly. But if they can get up their hands, and because these are big guys, and clog those passing lanes, you could see some tipped passes. You could see some, potential interceptions for the Colts secondary. And, the Miami team as a whole has, they've got a little drama going on. So we got to see how that all works out. But I actually have some Miami players in fantasy, but I still think the Colts are going to win this game. And when it's a pick 'em at home, I like that. You know what I mean? I think week 1, the crowd's really going to begin to it. It's going to be a sellout. So I am definitely on the Colts as my first pick for week 1 of the Circa Millions contest. Now, the next game on the list, I also have action on this one. It's the Carolina Panthers against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Panthers getting 3.5. And I am going with the Carolina Panthers plus the 3.5. Reason why is I believe the Carolina Panthers offensive line is one of the better offensive lines in football. They've got 2,000-yard runners. They're going to be able to pound the ball against this Jacksonville Jaguars light defensive front. And I think they'll also be able to protect Bryce Young and give him time to throw the ball. Now, a lot of people are making a big deal about Thielen being out and Coker getting injured, or Thielen being traded and Coker being injured, but I still think they've got some good pieces on offense with Xavier Leggett, and then who else they got there? The Carolina Panthers. Oh, and they've got their rookie, Tedera McMillan, who's supposed to be really good. And then they've got Hunter Renfrow. They've got a decent two-headed tight end monster. And this offensive line, man, is just that's the key to this game. Now, the Jaguars do have a good passing game, but their first-year coach, first game, his first time as a head coach, in the NFL. And I don't know if they might get off to a slow start. You've got their number 2 wide receiver is a rookie, in Travis Hunter. I think we'll have a good year, but I think it'll take time for him to adjust to the NFL game at full speed. And I just believe that the Carolina Panthers, their front four with Derek Brown, they might be able to get after Trevor Lawrence with this, middle of the pack Jaguars offensive line. And I just think the 3.5, getting that hook in this game when a lot of people aren't thinking too highly of the Panthers, could potentially give me another game where I could gain a point where there's not going to be a lot of people on this side. It didn't make the top 5, so certainly looking good on that front. Next game, Giants-Commanders. I don't have anything on this one. As I said, this was the number 1 pick, the Giants. And that line's moved to 6.5. So you're actually getting a worse number than what you could get in the sports books. But this was on my short list because of the Giants defense, and I see regression from Commanders. If you think about last year, they won several games that were really coin flips. I mean, that Chicago Bears Hail Mary game was basically the turning point for my Circa Millions last year, because I went from having it would have been a 3-2 week to a 2-3 week, and I just never recovered. Yeah, that was tough. But so moving on, Bengals Browns again, not in the top 5, but I don't have any side in this one either. The Bengals definitely have to get out to an early start, but the Browns could potentially move the ball on them, and I could see them backdooring this even if they don't win the game outright. Bengals are going to put up points, but what's their defense going to do? I think they might actually be okay, but I didn't take either side in this one. I don't have any action on this one. Moving on, Raiders, Patriots. I do have a side in this one, and I have chosen to go with the New England Patriots, again at home, laying under a field goal against a team traveling across the country. And they're gonna, they've got some new pieces here, and Vrabel's got a new head coach, but I actually think he's one of the best, if not the best, game-to-game strategist there is in the NFL right now. I know he's going to have his team prepared. They went out and spent a bunch of money in free agency. They loaded up the defense. They got weapons for Drake May to throw to. They got complementary pieces in the run game. I think they're going to maul people. They got that Will Campbell from LSU, the offensive lineman. I think they're just going to be able to push this Raiders defensive front around. They're going to be able to run the ball. They're going to make it a dirty game. You know, it's going to be low scoring. Let me see what it is for this game. The where is it? New England Patriots is up here. Yeah, the total for this game is 44.5. So they're not expecting a lot of points in this game, and I'm not either. You know, variable special teams are always going to be top notch. And again, you know, Pete Carroll's in a rebuilding mode. They got Geno Smith. I like Geno, but he tends to get a little reckless with the ball in the red zone. And I think variable's defense, now they are missing two of their better defensive backs. Gonzalez and one of their other guys was ruled out today. So that's a concern, but I think they have the pieces to do it. And again, Vrabel knows he'll plan his game strategy to, pound the ball, control the ball, run down the clock. Don't give the Raiders any extra possessions. Don't make any mistakes, and get out of there with a low scoring, maybe a 3-point victory. So I got the Patriots as my third pick for Week 1, and again, not in the top 5. So again, we're doing good on that front. Next game is the Bucks and Falcons. And I told you that I don't use Atlanta Falcons games in the Circa because I am a Falcons fan, as you can see. And so I leave them off. But they were the number 2 pick, Atlanta, and I have money on them. I have a bet on them. And on the money line, I didn't even take the points. So, I have confidence that Atlanta's going to win this game, and this could potentially be a point for all these 1,503 entries that chose the Atlanta Falcons in the Week 1. Moving on to the Titans and the Broncos. Again, top 5 pick for Denver. I didn't want to get involved in this. I knew the Broncos were going to be a popular side. I think the Titans might be able to score enough points to cover the backdoor cover this one. It all depends on Cam Ward and how he handles his nerves, but I think he's going to do okay. And the Titans defense isn't terrible. The Broncos offense isn't, world beaters. They're not going to be putting up, 40 points a game. So if they could just keep it close, maybe cause a turnover, strip sack, tip ball for an interception, give their team an extra possession, the Titans could certainly fall within this number. But I didn't want anything to do with it, but a lot of people did. So I'm going to be rooting for the Titans. Moving on to the next game, 49ers Seahawks. I do not have a side in this game either, but the Seahawks were the number 3 pick. A lot of people aren't believing in the 49ers, especially with their injuries on the wide receiver side of the ball, but they've got a good defense. I do like the Seahawks in this game. It could be very close. We could see this come down to a special teams play, maybe a missed field goal by a kicker, getting involved in this this number. With the 2.5, a lot of people always think 2.5 below 3 could be a thing, and yet, you get a missed extra point somewhere along the game, and all of a sudden that 3-point victory is a 2-point victory. But I didn't get involved in this one. I do like the Seahawks at home. So again, 1,353 people thought that this was a good selection for Week 1, and I'll probably be rooting along with them. The next game up, and another one that made the top 5, Lions and Packers. Lions were the favorite at 1,350 selections. People not liking. I guarantee you, when they show all of the lists, though, the Packers are going to have about 1,000. So it's not gonna be that big of a difference. This one too. I think this one, and this one are going to be very close. There's going to be over 2,000 entries in these 3 right here. About 2,500 each or more. But the Lions and Packers, good game. I guess Micah Parsons is going to be on a pitch count, so he'll probably only be coming in on clear passing downs to get after the quarterback. They won't use him as much when there's potential for the run, maybe in early downs. I do not have any action in the Circa Millions on this side on this game. I do like the Packers at home -2.5, but this could go either way, and I have no action on this game. We'll see what happens when we get to this. This is the late window, the 1 o'clock window. So we'll see if anything changes between now and then. But I really just want to watch this game as a fan and enjoy it and not have to worry about the outcome on either side. I might do a total bet. What's this total for this one? Here we go. It is 47.5. So I don't know. I would like to take the over in that game just because I would enjoy watching a lot of points back and forth. But you could see these defenses and these offenses coming out to a slow start week 1 and then getting fired up later on in the game. But I'll be taking a look at some other options on this one, but no action on this game. Next up is the Texans and Rams. This made the short list. I almost used the Texans +3, but I thought this was going to be a popular pick. It did not make the top 5, but I would be shocked if it's not in maybe the top 7 or 8 selections. And again, the Rams will probably get a pretty good backing as well. But the full 3 points is probably keeping people away from this one, which I just... You have question marks about Matthew Stafford. I have question marks about the Texans' offensive line. I think their defense is really good. I think their defense is really good. The total for this game is 43.5. So the sports books, the bookmakers are expecting a low-scoring defensive battle as well. A lot of field goals probably. And this could easily be a push. And I'm looking for points right now. I'm not looking for half points right now. We're too early in the season. It's only week 1 to be trying to play for half a points. We're looking for a 5-0. I'm trying to get as many points as I can in these first 4 weeks in this first quarter to start my season off right. I mentioned it in the live stream that by the end of the first 4 weeks, you want to be at least at 15 points. Which means 15 wins. That way, you're not falling behind the people who are potentially winning the first quarter prize because they're probably going to have around 17 or 18 points. But you're putting yourself in a good spot mathematically to get 60 points. And 60 points will put you in the money every time. Okay, moving on to an awesome game. The night game on Sunday, and a game that I do have a side in this one. And this is a rematch of last year's playoffs. I have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Buffalo Bills, and I will be going with Lamar Jackson. The man is just a killer in the regular season, and I truly do believe that there could be a little something in the back of Lamar's mind that he didn't get the MVP last year with the 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,000 yards rushing, got his team to the playoffs, all that, and that they gave it to Josh Allen. Maybe just make a little statement. And the Baltimore Ravens are just the most complete team, I believe, in the NFL. They've got good tight ends. They've got a bruising back that only gets better as the game goes on. They've got a dynamic quarterback you can't really game plan for. You can't practice against him because there's nobody else like him. They've got decent wide receivers, and they've got a loaded defense, especially in the secondary. Buffalo lacks wide receivers, and they've got a bunch of defensive players that are either injured or old guys that, are retreads that they're trying to squeeze the last little bit of football life out of. And I just don't think they're going to get it done in this game. So I'm really loving Baltimore here. I think they win this game easily. I think they make a statement week 1 that they are the team to beat in the AFC. We've already seen the Kansas City Chiefs go down to the Chargers. So, I believe the AFC is going to be a back and forth battle all year. Every victory is going to matter on who's going to get that home field in the bye week going into the playoffs. So I really think Baltimore is going to come out and make a statement and win this game. So I'm taking Baltimore as my 4th pick in the Circa Millions. And again, another team that did not make the top 5. So good on that. I still think this is going to be popular. It'll probably be close to 1,000. So will the Buffalo Bills, though. They'll be close to 1,000 selections as well. Maybe like 800. But there's going to be a lot of people on the Bills for sure. And now our final game, the Monday night game, the game that I normally don't. I try to avoid Monday nights because I know a lot of people like to choose them because it's a primetime game. It's going to be on TV. They know they're going to be watching the game, so why not throw it on their card? and sweat the game as well. But I just like this scenario for the Chicago Bears. I believe that J.J. McCarthy is, he's going to struggle in his first game back from a severe knee injury and his first start in the NFL after having to sit out last year. We got oh, we got points in the Oklahoma game. Michigan's on the board. I got a parlay going on right now. Let's see if he makes the extra point. Good. He is good. All right, 14-7 Oklahoma. I have Oklahoma -4. But okay, I do. Chicago Bears are my 5th pick. And again, I just see the Vikings. The Vikings defense last year was very opportunistic. They had some very very good games where they had non-offensive touchdowns, where there was pick sixes and that kind of stuff. And I don't think they're going to have that same type of turnover success that they had last year. They're still a good defense, but so is Chicago. And I think they're going to get after this rookie quarterback. I think it's going to just take time for him to work his way into the NFL. Even with all the skill players that the Vikings have, home field advantage for Chicago. We got a new head coach in Chicago, and Ben Johnson from the Lions, who's going to put in a really good offense. And then this guy's got some really good pieces in wide receivers and skill position players. He's got DJ Moore, Roma Dunze. They got Loveland and Komet, the tight ends, and they've got Swift at back. And I think they got Johnson as well. So they've got some good pieces surrounding Caleb Williams, and I just like this at home Monday night standalone game. Crowd's going to be loud. It's a division game. They're getting points at home, and I just think Chicago's going to win this game outright. So the Chicago Bears are my 5th pick for the NFL Week 1 Circa Millions contest. We are getting into the nitty gritty here. Okay, now we got some action here. Okay, give me 1 second. So we've got the release of the full list of selections. We got the full pick of selections. So let me pull this file up so we can look at this together. Okay. And we've also got, so let me pull that up for you so you can see that. Here we go. And we've also got the Survivor, full list of Survivor picks as well. So let me just save this one as well while you can look at the Circa picks. Where are we on this one? Colts are the underdog to the Dolphins. There's fewer picks for that one. And Panthers, look at that, double. The Jaguars are double, so that's going to be a good spot for me. If I can get that win by Carolina, that's going to be a good spot for me because you know, that's 500 more people that would get a point if they actually get that. So that's looking good as a strategy so far. Oh, what are we doing? There we go. The again, Colts 758, 500, about 450 more are on Miami, so that's good for us. What else we got? We got the Colts. We got Carolina, right? About 500 more, 512 more on the Jags. That's going to be a good one if we can get that win. Look, at only 800 double on the Giants. So the Commanders, if they get the win and cover the spread, that's a good one for me. And I'll know. I have two late games and a Monday night game, so I'll have all the results of all these games and everybody's picks before I know how I finish. Woo, look at that. Only, almost 1,941 selections on the Browns, so it's only like 300 more for the Bengals, so that's pretty even. Then we move on here. Yeah, not a popular game. Neither one of them hit 1,000, but more people on Vegas. Or no, more people on the Patriots than on Vegas, but it's really close. I mean, it's less than 100 picks, and neither one of them are over 1,000. So you can tell people didn't want to get involved in this game. That's why I liked it. You know, that's why I took New England. Baltimore is my pick. And, yeah, wow, they didn't even get 1,000. Only 575 picks, 74 picks. So, yeah, you'll see how that works out. But I just love Lamar in the regular season. He's so good. Back over here, look at that. Saints need to win this one, or at least cover the 6.5. Cardinals, look at that, double. I mean, 4 times as much almost. 403 times as much as what there was in the people who chose the New Orleans. You know, these are people who are playing the leverage game, trying to choose a team that they knew were going to be unpopular, and see if they could catch lightning in a bottle with the Cardinals, with the Saints. Moving on to Bucks and Falcons. We said Falcons were top 5. Bucks are at 800, so 600 more people on the Falcons and the Bucks. Not a lot of love for the Bucks, even though they lost both games to the Falcons last year. If you watch those games, the Falcons got so lucky. The Bucks literally blew it, and they still lost the division. They beat the Bucks twice and lost the division to Tampa Bay anyway. Titans and Broncos, look at that. 1,300 to 313. So, yeah, 4 times as many people on the Broncos as the Titans. I would love to see Tennessee cover this number. This would be great. 49ers and Seahawks. About 700 to 1,300. So, almost double. Pretty close to 45% more on the Seahawks. I also got Mississippi State. Arizona State just scored. So, yeah, I'm on the Seahawks. I like the Seahawks, so we'll see how that goes. Lions and Packers. Lions top 5. Packers only getting 750. Definitely more love for Detroit than the Packers. Go, Pack, go. I'll be watching this game as a fan. I'll probably put some prop bets down on it, but go, Pack, go. Texans and Rams, I'm shocked that there's such little love for both of these teams, but people didn't want to get involved, I'm saying, with that 3. People are trying to get full points. They're not trying to get half points. Look at this one. This is Friday game, but I only got less than 500. Same thing, 3 points. Nobody's loving the 3s right now because it's too early in the season to be worrying about trying to go for half points. You want to go for full points, 5-0s. again, we talked about Baltimore Bills because I'm on Baltimore. And then the final game, Vikings and Bears, and everybody's loving the Bears. Look at over 1,000, only 528 on the Vikings. So that's got me a little concerned that everybody's loving on the Bears. I didn't think they would get that much, and I thought more people would be on Minnesota. But they're probably seeing it the same way I am, which is J.J. McCarthy playing his first game. You know, you gotta know what you gotta just hedge yourself on this one. Oop, I should have went to studio mode again. But yeah, so those are all of the plays or the selections for week 1. Now we can go on next to the Survivor. Now I'm not in the Circa Survivor. I'm terrible at these things. I normally don't even make it past the halfway point of the season, so I don't see wasting $1,000 right now when I really don't have $1,000 to waste entering the contest. But I will enter it at some time. I just can't do it right now. I just didn't have an extra $1,000 to throw down. But here we are with the Circa selections for week 1. And just as a reminder, they're starting the contest for Survivor. If you don't know how the rules work, this is where you pick one team just to win the game every week. And you can only use a team once. There's 2 extra weeks on Thanksgiving and Christmas. So there's a total of 20 weeks. So you have to use 20 teams. You can only use them once. This is a winner-takes-all type of contest. And there are 18,718 entries. So that is a prize pool of $18,718,000 that potentially one person can win. Now it's usually less than 10 entries, but I don't think there's ever been one in the Survivor. There's never been one single winner. There's always at least 3 or 4. So, we've already got some entries eliminated from the early games. I see here, look at that, 34 people didn't submit a pick. That means that's $34,000 that was just thrown away because they didn't get their pick in time. And you got two entries who went brave and went with the Cowboys and almost got the upset. Look at that, versus, 1,811 on Philly. Boy, there would have been some upset people to start the season if Philly would have lost that game. But still, you have the Chiefs, 36 entries. They lost. And then did anybody pick the Chargers? Chargers right here. So 12 people already advanced. So you got the big one with Philly. And you got the Chargers with 12, knocking out 36 with the Chiefs. Look, that's so sad. 34 people didn't submit. Right? That is 34. 34 or 24. But whatever it is, still not submitting a pick week 1. Like, were you drunk when you were in Vegas when you signed up and forgot about it or something? For what it is the time zone difference too. They forget that the time difference between where it's in Vegas and where it's at on the East Coast. I know that happens quite a bit. But so the number 1 pick, as predicted, is the Denver Broncos. Why does this? Oh, there it goes. The Denver Broncos at 7,173 participants, or basically, why does that keep changing? Stop changing. 38% of the entire I don't know why this thing is looping. It's not supposed to do that. Oh yeah, that's why. So there we go. Here we go. Week one programming issues. Survivor selections. So he got 38% of the entire field on the Broncos. So if somehow Tennessee was able to pull off this game, there'd be a lot of upset people. Same thing with the Cardinals and the Saints. You got 4,171, 22% of the entire field. Eagles already won the game. Then you got the Jags, which I believe are potential upset team. Not a lot of people believing in Carolina. I am. They're on my Circa card. Bengals, everybody thinks they're going to beat the Browns. They could certainly lose. They have started the last couple seasons off slow. Washington, again, Giants were the #1 selection, +6 in the Circa Millions. So a lot of people thinking if you win the game or if you cover the spread, they should win the game. So if they like them to cover the spread or win, with the spread, they should think they're going to win. You got the Steelers. It dropped significantly now. Big bunch in this sixth group right here, and it drops all the way down to below 500 for Pittsburgh, under 300 for New England, Rams getting 233. Then you got the Colts, Dolphins under 100, Bucks, Bears, 49ers, Chiefs already eliminated. Under at 36 entries. Then you got 30 for the 49ers, 27 for the Falcons. So all these are well below. But you've got a lot of representation in this game. Now for me, week 1, I've decided to go with the New England. Oh, this is the parlay. I've decided to go with the New England Patriots as my week 1 selection in the survivor pool. Now there's 269 other entrants, or 269 entrants on the New England Patriots. So only 1%, a little over, of the entire group. So that's a good spot. And even though there's, they could lose to the Raiders, whereas the Raiders only got 25. This is a good spot to try to use a team like New England because you don't want to have questionable teams late in the season if you make it that far into the contest. You want to have strong teams. You've got to watch out for teams like Philly and the Chiefs and the teams that play on the holidays. You got to use that type of strategy as well. So I'm going with New England week 1 for the survivor, and we'll see how that plays out this year. I'll be keeping track of my selection so I don't use the same team twice, and see how it goes. But yeah, this is huge. I mean, like I said, one person can win over $18 million. Now, let me go back to this slide. For the Circa Millions picks, this is the parlay for week 1, and it's a plus 2,400. It's my 5 picks. I have Indy on the money line, minus 115. Maybe you can get a better number than that. That's what I got. I took New England minus the 2.5 because I think they're going to win by at least 3. Now, normally I would take Carolina money line, but I want to take the 3.5 in this one because I just feel like even if they lose, they won't lose by more than 3 points. So I am taking the points with Carolina. Baltimore money line minus 120 and Chicago money line even. So that brings it to plus 2,400. That is the parlay of my 5 Circa Millions selections. What's also nice is, if you make it all the way through the first 4 games, the Monday night game, you can hedge, your bet if you're not confident in Chicago since it's a standalone game. You can even put a little money down in the Baltimore game since that's the night game just to maybe get your buyback, whatever you bet back if the Buffalo decides to win. But yeah, so that's my Circa Millions pick, and that's my 5 selections for the Circa Millions. And now we do have one more thing to go over. Let me select this. Add this file real quickly. because they were released after we started the stream. And this is the Grandissimo. This is the first year Circa has run this type of a contest. Now, this is way out of my league. This is the same concept as the Millions, but it is $100,000 buy-in. Winner takes all. So it's all the same strategy, same lines as the Circa Millions contest, which is $1,000 entry fee. But this one is $100,000 entry fee. Now there are 69 entries in this contest. So that is $6.9 million to the winner. And this one will probably have one winner. You might get two, but you won't get really more than that because of just the way that you can use different strategies. It's harder to do that in Survivor. But so far in this Grandissimo, the selections for week 1 are the Broncos plus 5.5. You have Eagles. I mean, you have Broncos at third. Now this is the point spread, right? Or no, this is. This is Circa Survivor, but $100,000 buy-in. Yeah, because there would be a lot more selections in this. All right, my bad. I got the rules mixed up. But okay. So it's Survivor style contest. Pick one team each week, but it's $100,000 buy-in, $6.9 million, 69 entrants. And so we have 35 people on the Broncos. We have 15 on the Eagles, which has already gone on to week 2. We have the Cardinals with 11 selections. You got the Bengals with 3, Commanders with 3, Steelers with 1, Jags with 1, and Rams with 1. So if the Giants or the Browns can pull off an upset, that'd be something. If the Titans did that in week 1, that would be a mind blower because they would just wipe out everybody in all the big chunk of the other contests. That'd be what, 4,000? You would end up with 14,000, almost one fifth of the contest, basically. Yeah, which has happened before. It does happen. But so that is the full slate of Circa contests. And that is the wrap on those contests. So that is my picks for the week 1. That is the NFL contest show for week 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching the live stream, I hope you stick around, but I'll be cutting off the recording now and just finishing the live stream so I can edit out this video. But yeah, we've got a good game going on in college, and we've got week 1 action tomorrow. So good luck to everyone if you're in these contests or some other type of contest. I really wish you the best of luck, but I'll be gunning for first place. You can join me Monday evenings for the late night wrap-up party, live streaming after the Monday night football game, going over the week's action. And I hope you enjoyed it. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Monday. So now that we've gone through all of the Circa lines and we're in the third quarter of our action here. Uh-oh, Oklahoma just scored. Oklahoma just scored. What is it, 21-7? We're looking good. We're looking good. I haven't even been keeping track of my bets. I hit the first parlay of the day. I lost the second one. I got two, and I missed with the Oregon State, man. I had them on the money line, and they ended up losing by 2 points on a last second, like a field goal with 30 seconds left, and they couldn't get in field goal range. It sucked. Sucked. But all right, we can bring these down now. And let me pull this up real quick. So this is the Super Contest, which used to be the Big Deal Contest before Circa put out theirs with their guaranteed prizes. So you've got the Super Contest Gold. This one they released the picks early. The other ones, they don't release the selections until Sunday morning. The Super Contest doesn't release contest picks, and they're releasing the like how much percentage was picked, but they're not releasing who picked it, because like you get a PDF from Circa Millions on their website that tells you every single team's selections each week. And there's also a website called Fantasy Super Contest, which does they track all the contests, and every single entry has its own individual page, and it tracks, what teams you pick. Are they home, away, favorites, dogs? Are they Monday night, Thursday night, prime time? It keeps track of all that stuff. It's really nice. It's only like $50 too. So I got a subscription for that. It's nice to be able to track the teams you're competing with and just seeing where you're doing well and where you're not. But so right here we got the Super Contest Gold. That's a $5,000 entry fee, winner takes all contest that they run. And the Giants, again, #1 pick, same as the Circa Millions. Atlanta was number 2 or 3. Seattle. And then you've got Baltimore and the Colts, where you had Denver and I forget who the other one was. But yeah, so you're seeing a little bit different at the bottom, but you're still seeing a lot of popularity at the top. Same teams: Giants, Falcons, Seahawks. And the lines are usually a little bit different between the Super Contest and the Circa Contest. But here we go right here. The Super Contest Survivor. You've got the Broncos at 50, the #1 pick. This is in the $5,000 entry. Yeah, $5,000 entry fee. You've got the Broncos at the top selection with 50. You've got the Eagles, who've made it through at 28. Cardinals #3. Commanders at 8. Jags, Bengals, 49ers, Colts, and Steelers. So a lot of the usual suspects here that we saw in the Circa Survivor, which has many more entries. But yeah, you can see right here, Super Contest 750, Super Contest Survivor 111, and in the gold they got 67. And there's your prize pools. Super Contest, which is the same rules as Millions, 1.126 million. 555,000 for Survivor, 335,000 for the gold. But yeah, these are some fun contests. If you've never been in one, it's worth it. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I got to pay the entry fee. I got to pay a proxy if I don't live in Nevada. But you're basically getting 18 weeks in the millions of entertainment, because you have quarterly prizes, for, $1,200 or $1,300, whatever it costs with the it's $1,000 entry plus your proxy fees. And then with the Survivor, I mean, the potential of winnings are just insane. And the further you make it into the contest, the more stressful that one gets. They did a cool documentary last year about the people who were involved in it. And, it was pretty dramatic. Last year, there was a bunch of people who wanted to chop. One guy wouldn't do it, so they couldn't do it. And then that guy ended up getting knocked out that week. So the guy who didn't want to chop ended up losing. But he said, I came here to win it all. So I give him props on that one, sticking with his guns. But everybody ended up taking like $2.5 million, and then they played for the final last bit for the last week. Yeah, I also have Mississippi State, so um, definitely don't want to miss out on the action there. But yeah, this is quite the the considering the Super Contest was the original one, it really fallen off. But that's because like look at the millions. Circa guarantees $6 million in prizes in the Circa Millions contest. They were 315 entries short of reaching the goal because they don't take a rake. It's more of a promotional thing. But you know they're going to put up that extra 315,000 to the prize pool. But all right, let's flip it over to the college football. Woo, UNLV. I got a nice parlay with them, and I took San Diego State money line. So and UNLV money line as well. They were the home dog. They're up 23-3 against UCLA. They're good this year at halftime too. But yeah, we got some good games this week, and then let's take a look at the NFL scores. See if we can see anything interesting we might like. Again, like I said, I like the Falcons in this one. I took them on the money line. I have a straight bet with them. And then again, I have the parlay. I have the parlay for the Circa picks. I've also bet New England. I haven't bet the other ones yet. Baltimore, I'm waiting on. I want to see how that comes out. And that's a Sunday night game, so I can always bet that later. And then also the Chicago Bears are Monday night, so I don't have to rush on that one. I don't know if I'm going to put money down on the Colts. Uh, let's see where the line moves right now. Like this is showing 1.5. Um, I believe the books here are showing like 1.5. I'd love to see it get down to a pick 'em. Let's see where it moves right before kickoff, and I might throw some money down on the Colts. But again, they're in the 5 selections for week 1 of the Circa Millions contest. Mm. I also have Michigan State money line in the parlay against Boston College. That's 24-24. Boston College has been playing right along with them. I mean, the line was only 3.5. Michigan State minus 3.5. So, I mean, they were expecting a close game, and they were making you lay that half a point with Michigan State because they're at home. Oh, yeah, it's top 25. Uh-oh, Bill Belichick, North Carolina, 20-3. Billy Ball. They got Billy Ball going on in Chapel Hill against Charlotte. Not really a powerhouse, but a win is a win. Get your kid's confidence. Get the media off his back. I wonder what he's going to be like in his press conference, if he's going to be all monotone like he always is. If he'll show any enthusiasm. Look at this. Boston College scored 21 points in the second quarter. Man. Come on, Mississippi State. The one thing that sucks about this Mississippi State game, having the sound on with it, is you have to hear their cowbells. I got to turn it. I got to switch it. Um, Arizona State got the first down. All right, Michigan scored a field goal though. 21-10 though, and I'm laying 4 with Oklahoma. I laid the points with them. So that is a there. We're getting into the mathematical territory of a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, cutting it to a 3-point lead for Michigan. So I don't like that. But so how's everybody out there in streaming land? Are we getting any? Are we getting any chat? Probably not. I probably got barely any streaming folks. Doing a little adjustments on the screen here. Well, we're in between plays. Oh, Oklahoma's backed up. 1st and 10. So what's everybody having for their food while they're watching the college action, sweating their bets? Anything exciting out there? Hmm? Yeah, we'll be having some more and different live streams, and then obviously the different different content throughout the season. You know, I didn't do the show last year. I was in the process of moving and had other stuff going on. It just the timing wasn't right. But we're back. We're back, and we are going to be here all season. I hope you join me on this adventure. For those of you who don't know, I did cash in Circa 3. I won the first quarter prize. I went 8-2, finished 53rd on the season. So I do have some pedigree for this concert or this contest. So I'm not just talking. And we're going to hopefully cash again this year. You know, I mean that's the point. That's the point. So this is we got some two games that are looking good and one game that's tied. I really need. I mean, Michigan State's at home too, so and they really should win their opening game. Mm-hmm. go. Michigan's got the ball. Ooh. Michigan State's got Boston College backed up on their half-yard line. Mm. They just threw it up there and he caught it. Mississippi State was putting it on them, and Arizona State's been coming back. And I took Mississippi State on the money line, and that is they went from they went from +6.5 to +6. I was gonna take the 6.5. When it went to 6, I said, okay, I'm just taking the money line. They're at home against a team from Arizona. They had to cross the South, go across there to get over to Mississippi. And so let's see what they can do. Oh man, they got the ball out away from the end zone. Come on, Michigan State. There we go. Ah, tips and overthrows. Got to get those. Man, tips and overthrows. Got to get those. Get him. Nice. Blocked it. Mm, nice. Got him off the field. Michigan State. Uh-oh. Fake the reverse. Nothing. Fourth down. Kick another field goal. But this is when they're going to start eating into that 4-point spread. Just had to post my picks to social media. You can always go on YouTube and see the episode. Like I stopped recording after I gave out the selections for Circa Millions, so it won't be as long as the live stream. But you can go and watch the week one or any week throughout the season. You can watch it. Obviously, we'll be releasing it on Saturday, so you'll have to watch it before the Sunday kickoff. But you know, always check it out in the morning. Scan through it. You know, leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. That'll definitely help out. You know, and you know, all that good stuff that comes along with, you know, being on YouTube. Because I mean, once I release my picks, you'll see them down here. Um, I also just posted it to um, X. At same my YouTube is or X handle is Dead Money Sports, and you can get, you know, most of my, like, my college picks there too. Like I said, I hit the 3-team parlay this morning for plus 369. That was nice, but went 2 out of 3 on the next one, and right now I need Michigan State to score some points here. Still 24-24, 8 minutes into the fourth quarter here. You know, they need to start putting some points on the board. Help me out. I need more money to bet on tomorrow's games. Oklahoma's looking good. Mississippi State and Arizona State are now tied, and I need Mississippi State. Money line. I did not take the 6.5. Oh, tip pass. Oh, good. Hit the ground. I don't know what happened to Mississippi State, man. They came out firing up on all cylinders early in the game, and then they've just kind of lost their mojo. They really haven't been too inspired. Here we go. Come on, Oklahoma. There we go. Nice wide receiver screen. Oh, there we go. Michigan State inside the 20-yard line. That was a nice run. Nice play. Big hit. Oh, we got more points. I forgot. Ooh, I keep doing that. I got to put it in studio mode. I keep switching the screen. Not that anybody's watching right now anyway. Oklahoma's moving the ball now. Mm. All right, Michigan State's now inside the 10-yard line with a first down. Oh, and we've got action. We've got our San Diego State, Washington State game on. That's the other half of my other parlay with UNLV. How are we doing over here? UNLV was winning 23-3 over UCLA. Still 23-3 in the third quarter. And I release all these parlays. I normally don't put them together until like right before the games are going to kick off. I release them on my X account at Dead Money Sports, so be sure to follow me. I also have another channel if you're interested. If you can see this thing right here. This is a grow tent. And I have a YouTube channel called High in the Mountains because I'm at 6,500 feet above sea level in the Sierra Mountains. And I grow my own medicinal marijuana. And I document it, show you how my process, show you the highs and lows, and everything involved with it. What soil I use, what nutrients I use. Am I using sunlight? Because I do have a balcony. I'm on the third floor, an open air balcony. Or if I'm using I have a spider farmer light in my tent. I have two plants that are each about an inch high right now. One is Hawaiian's purple skunk, and one is called forbidden fruit. They're only just beginning. I just got the seeds not too long ago, germinated them. I had some plants going. Some of them I harvested. Two of them died because I had to go into the hospital for emergency. And I ended up being in the hospital for 12 days, and I didn't have anyone here to water my plants. So I had a strawberry cough and a space mints that were ready to flip from the vegetative stage to the flowering stage. They were about 48 inches tall that I had grown in the sunlight on right by my sliding glass door. They were really healthy. By the time I got home, they were like crispy as Kentucky Fried Chicken. And the ones I had in my grow tent were already flowering. Two of them were auto photos, and they had blueberry and chocolate tie. They had reached they had buds, but they weren't very dense, and they ended up having to be harvested because they were just so dry. And then the other three were mystery seeds that I had in a canister that had budded. They were right ready to harvest. And then I ended up in the hospital, which kind of messed it up because being so dry for so long, the trichomes on the buds actually kind of dried up a little bit. So right now they're curing in their bags, and still trying, because if you don't do it right, they end up smelling like grass clippings. So I'm still trying to get the cure on so that the two of them aren't that great. One of them I called Beatrix. That's awesome, and I've sampled it quite a bit, and it's very good. Very, very good. It smells lemony. It's nice. It's got lemon and like a gassy smell. But yeah, if you want to see anything that I do with that, join me on my other channel called High in the Mountains. You can find it on YouTube. I also have a X account under the same name, and I put posts up on that one as well. I would certainly like you to check out some of those videos. I do some time lapse. I do updates from week to week on the where the plants are at. Like I said, right now the ones I have, they got their cotyledons leaves, and they've got their first true sets of leaves going right now. So they're just tiny little things, but I don't transfer them from from planter to planter. I put them in their final planter, which are 5-gallon fabric pots that I have in that tent. Okay, Arizona State's got the ball now. We need Mississippi State to shut this down. 2nd and 8. Handoff. Oh, he's going around the side. Gonna get the corner. First down, Arizona State. Man. Come on, Mississippi State. Don't make me regret not taking the points. I got the current lines underneath here, what the current NFL lines are, as well as the results. Oh, UCLA scored a touchdown, extra point, 23-10 now. Oh, he got out of it. Almost got the first down. It's only 2nd down now. San Diego State's on the board. We needed that. And they're in Pullman. They're in Spokane. The weather's probably nice up there. I spent 2 months, 2.5 months working in Spokane. Beautiful place. I loved it. College town, too. You got Gonzaga there. You've got the Washington State campus, and you also have Eastern Washington's campus out there. It's really nice. Spokane River runs right through the middle of town. It's a really big, decent-sized river. You know, you can go kayaking on it and shit. If you like the outdoors, it's certainly a place to be. And there's some cool nightlife because of the colleges. What do we got going on here? So we've got these. We got another. We got the Last Man Standing group. They got a pretty good podcast. If you haven't checked them out yet, they do the Circa Survivor, and they know some of the Survivor entries. Billy Belichick got his first win. slow that down a little bit. So Michigan State's got the lead. But what do we? This Mississippi State game has got me worried, like big time. Still a lot of time left in that UNLV UCLA game. It's only a 2-score lead now. Mm, what a catch! 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in Lansing. Boston College with another first down. I mean, Arizona's already in field goal range. Now they're trying to use up clock. That guy all right? Arizona State's gonna bust my bubble because I didn't take the points with Mississippi State because it moved from 6.5 to 6. So I said screw it. Two minutes and 17 seconds left in the Arizona game. Arizona, Mississippi State. First and goal, Mississippi's 3. So I'm not seeing the live game then. We're behind on the broadcast compared to what they're showing on ESPN website. Another first down for Michigan State. They're at the 40-yard line now, 1st and 10. They're going for the win. They're not going for the tie in overtime. Another crossing pass. Another first down at the 25-yard line. They're going to bust my bubble. Turn the lights on. Second and goal for Arizona at the 3-yard line. 1:51 to go in the game. Man, I thought I had that one. Mississippi State looked so much better than Arizona State early on in this game, and they haven't done anything since the first half. Brutal. But I mean, I'm not a big college football fan. Like, I can't name all the coaches. I don't really know a lot of the players. I know the big name players, but I watch it. I just don't study it. I don't research it a lot. So a lot of my college football bets are normally parlays, just because I like to have action because I'm going to watch the games. But I want to win a nice payday. I don't put a lot of money on it, but I usually do 3-teamers or 2-teamers. That's what I hit earlier. Three-team money line. Ooh. Nice play by Michigan State's defense. UCLA's got the ball, and they're moving into UNLV territory. A personal foul on UNLV. Not good. Not good. Oh, here we go. Boston College lining up for a 38-yard field goal to tie the game with 1:20 left. Again, this was a 3.5-point spread, but I took the money line. Oklahoma getting some first down, staying in bounds. Smart play, kid. Still 10 minutes to go in that game. One-score game in Oklahoma, Michigan. Dancing around. Get rid of it. Oh, nice completion. Is it close to a first down for Oklahoma? I'm thinking about doing a Monday night, late night live stream after the Monday night football game to go over my picks for the week, what our results were, what the results were for the bets that we placed, and what games we're looking at for next week. Because once the season starts, I do place bets Monday and Tuesday. You always want to make sure you've got good injury news, but if there's no, key players that get injured in the prior game, you can pretty much, use that information to get good numbers early in the week once the sports books start putting out the lines. So, they already have lines for every single game, but they adjust them throughout the year. So, Michigan State moving the ball. Arizona State's got 3rd and goal. Mississippi State's got to keep them out of the end zone here. They've only got 1 timeout remaining. Force them to try a field goal. Yeah, ring them damn cowbells. Come on. Oklahoma with a 1st down. Come on, Mississippi State. Uh-oh. Timeout, Arizona State. And maybe we'll have some guests throughout the season come to the Gambling Parlor. Join the live stream. You can join the live stream. Jump in the chat. Ask some questions. Whatever you got. But hey, hit that like and subscribe button. It would really help. And you can hit the notification bell so when we go live on Saturday, once the lines are released and all the numbers are released, we can start breaking that down for the upcoming Sunday. But man, it certainly is nice knowing that not one of my 5 picks was in the top 5. That's a good start to the year. I feel confident. Ooh, Arizona State stuffed. Nice. Did they fumble? Did he fumble? Did he fumble? Oh, no. 4th down, though. They're going to have to kick a field goal. And Mississippi State called their last time out, I think. My fantasy teams are doing horrible while we're waiting on these games to wrap up. Look at this. 36 points my opponent has to 12. And A.J. Brown stunk up the joint. Terrible. And, 1.8 points. Look, Pacheco was terrible. And George Pickens was horrible. I'm probably going to definitely lose this week. Without a doubt. I got Geno Smith. Who I have New England. I'm probably going to have to trade him for somebody. I am going to. You're watching watching me in action. I am making an executive decision. Hmm. All right. I'm going with Baker, even though I don't like it. I got New England in the my survivor pick. I don't need Geno Smith going off. Even though Baker's playing against Atlanta, and I have money on Atlanta to win, I think Baker might still have a good game but lose overall. Ooh, look at this. Washington State trying to score. Mm-mm. So we got a tie game in Lansing, and we're going into overtime. Come on, Mississippi State. You're at home. You could win this game. They could definitely win this game. I like I like the NFL apps fantasy league that you can sync it up to your television so that your fantasy team you can check your fantasy scores just by clicking on the information button on your remote. I like that. I don't know how long they've been doing that, but this is my first season using it. Because normally I use the ESPN uh, app to run the fantasy leagues. I have one going on there too. Let me check this one out. It's the same thing though. I'm getting smoked. Of course, because I had A.J. Brown and George Pickens. They didn't do squat. But at least in this one, I got Jordan Love as my. Oh, here we go. There we go. Nice. Nice. Mississippi State's going to score a touchdown. Oh, my God. That's awesome. Awesome. Mississippi State with the touchdown. 58 yards. Oh, we're back in business, baby. We are back in business. 30 seconds left in the game. Nice. Man, how did that dude get that wide open? That was incredible. Let's go, Mississippi State. I mean, we still got to sweat this BC Michigan State game, but that's going to overtime, so we can't worry about that one right now. But man, Mississippi State was down 3. Uh, they were down 3 points with less or a little over a minute to go, and with 30 seconds to go, they're up 4. What a major swing of events. Boy, they brought that parlay back from the dead. And there's a lot of people right now looking at their tickets wondering, do I got -3.5, -4, or -4.5 for Michigan State? Because it moved. Oh no, this is Mississippi State. I mean, yeah, they were +6.5, +6. Now they're up 4. Even if they were somehow to lose this game, they would only lose by 3, 2 or 3, depending on if they made the extra point. So 6 or 6.5 is looking really tasty right now for whoever's holding that ticket. But I got him on the money line, so I don't need him to give up a weird play to give up a touchdown like the one they just scored. Tie game and Pullman 7-7. There we go. San Diego State losing yards. Let me flip this over here to the scores again. See where we're at. Alabama's putting a smackdown on, man. They didn't score a point. That was a huge spread, too. All right, Michigan State. You got to score a touchdown here. Put the pressure on them. Here we go. A little play action. Throw it to the running back. You got like 4 yards. Not bad start. First down. Positive play. Yeah, top 25. I need all of them. USC winning. Like they're going to go to 2-0. Mississippi State with the interception, and that is game. There's nothing Arizona State can do about it now, but we need Michigan State. We need Michigan State. Mississippi State pulled off the upset against number 12. 6.5 point favorites. Got them on the money line in the parlay. Let me see. I don't know if I posted it on here. But yeah, you can see like yeah, here's this Ole Miss, Missouri, Oregon State. Yeah, it's Ole Miss and Missouri both won. Oregon State money line, they lost by 2. Had I taken the points, I would have won that one. But this is the first one. Yeah, NC State money line, Illinois money line, Iowa State money line plus 367. That one cashed. So that was the first parlay. That was the early morning wake and bake. That got the day off right. I don't think I posted the other ones though. I will next week, I promise. Oh, a little trickery handoff there. Second down and goal for Michigan State. We're about the 6-yard line. Mm. 23-13. It's still 10-point lead from UNLV. We really need that. This is a good game right now in Pullman. Tomorrow's going to be so much fun. Oh my goodness, all day football. So I got the 65-inch with the 4 box going. I think I can show you. we got the setup going for tomorrow, and I got the computer screen here that the 29-inch computer screen plus my laptop, so I got plenty of viewing space for tomorrow. What I normally do is I'll have the four games I really like uh, on the big TV, and then I'll put Red Zone on half of the 29-inch, and I'll usually put like on the laptop screen. I'll put the like my DFS website so I can track the scores on that one. And the other half, I'll just use it as the web browser so I can flip through and check stuff out as I'm watching. I might play poker online. It's one nice thing about living in Nevada. Yeah, because I can play legal online poker here, but in Nevada, daily fantasy sports are illegal. But I live so close to the California border, like it's like really right over there. It's like a 5 minute drive that I just drive over to the Target, the shopping center parking lot, which is in California. It's like 5 minutes from here, 10 minutes from here, and pay for my lineups. You can reserve them without setting your lineup. So I just put the entry fees in while I'm sitting in the parking lot there, and then I drive back over to in my home in Nevada, and I can set my lineups up later. So I get the best of both worlds, living so close to the California-Nevada state line. Mm. Oh, I missed that. My bad. My bad. Oklahoma putting the game away. And I'm over here sleepwalking. That's game. They got to score twice now. So Michigan State got the touchdown. False start. Back them up. Come on, Michigan State. I don't want it to come down to 2 point conversions because that's when I always lose. When they have to do the 2 point conversion after a touchdown, I always end up losing. Back them up 5, though. What down is it? I'm not even paying attention right now. Second and goal. Come on, defense. We got one leg in the book. Do not let him run. Oh, my goodness. That dude was wide open. Oh, my goodness. That dude was wide open. BC with the touchdown. Tying Michigan State. They got to kick the extra point, but pretty much looks like it's a tie game. And then Boston College will have the ball first. So they get the opportunity to put the pressure on Michigan State. They got to go for 2, though. So Michigan State's nice thing is if they both score touchdowns, Michigan State will know that if they make the 2 point conversion, they win. UNLV's got the ball. They're in scoring territory. That one's looking good. We're still tied 7-7, San Diego State and Washington State. I love the Barstool live stream. I'd love to get to go to Barstool's uh, their Chicago office and sit in on a game day. Either I'd prefer the NFL just because that's my bread and butter. The passion for college is I don't have an alma mater that I can really root for, so it's not really there. I went to school. I took online courses, so I don't really have that. I mean, I like UNLV and I like Florida just because of where I grew up. But there we go. That's a winner. Oklahoma, the second leg. Michigan State is all I need now. Come on, Michigan State. They need to make a play on defense. They need to get a turnover or a negative play. Back them up. Instead, they give up a fucking 15, 16-yard pass. The guy's inside the 10-yard line already. I know it's going to come down to the 2-point conversion, and that's where I'm going to get burned. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let's flip it over. Yep. Look at this. He just bounced off all the guys and ran around the edge and scored a touchdown. Boston College. Oh. Oh, I'm going to take another one in the nuts. 2 out of 3. They got to stop him on the 2-point conversion. That's the difference. Stop him. Yes, get him. Nice. Nice. They stopped the 2-point conversion. All right. Come on, Michigan State. Third or second and 1. Nice. Now's a good time to take a shot. Yep. There we go. Inside the 5, down to the 2. Nice run. Nice run. And then Washington State's kicker just split the uprights. Give him a 3-point lead. Nice. Touchdown, Michigan State. They need the 2-point conversion. They score this 2-point conversion. That parlay is a winner. Yes, winner. Winner on the throwback. Nice. Cash it. Oklahoma, Michigan State, and who was the third team? I forget now. I'm losing my mind. But that is a winner, folks. Winner, winner. Oh, Mississippi State. Winner, winner. 2 parlay winners this week. 2 parlay winners this week. Nice. Man, if only Oregon State could have held on to that lead. They gave up the final drive. They kicked it. They were winning by 1, and they kicked that field goal. And they still couldn't get down there. They had 30 seconds. And that's awesome. Great start. Great start. I was taking it over in the teeth too in that the first game, and then in the second game of the NFL season, I ended up hitting a 3-prop parlay with Hollywood Brown over his receiving yards. 40 needed over 39.5. I had Kelsey under 5.5. Receptions in Mario Hampton over 50 yards rushing. So that one was nice because it bounced me back from what I lost in squares and other stuff that I had bet for the first 2 games of the season. So to hit that 3-teamer today, way to go, Michigan State. All right. Great day. But all right. We're going to end the stream here. Hopefully, whoever was, hopefully you had some winners. If you didn't get to catch the picks in the earlier in the live stream, the NFL contest show portion is available on the YouTube channel at Dead Money Sports. There is a playlist at the bottom of the screen. It says 2025 NFL contest show. That's where you'll find the video portion of this stream where we talked about the selections and everything going on with the NFL contest. But hopefully if you got some more action going tonight, good luck with your bets, and hopefully we have a 5-0 start to the NFL Circa Millions contest. We already avoided getting picked in the top 5, so looking good. But all right, thank you for joining. Hopefully you'll join me again on Monday night for the late night wrap up, and then again next Thursday during the Washington Green Bay Thursday night football game. We'll be going over the Circa Million picks for week 2, as well as maybe giving some more information about this week's picks, and just, discussing what bets we got going on for that week. So join me Thursday night, join me Monday night, join me Saturday night,